Peace and love, peace and love. What up, y'all? I mean, we take these times out. Everything is a teachable moment on this channel here, on Night and Day Metaphysics channel. We take these opportunities to, to educate people when, things seem to be out of place. So recently I came across a video of TMZ speaking on Jay-Z and the chain and medallion that he had on, which they was referring to as Illuminati. And TMZ, they get it all wrong because they don't thoroughly do their research. You know what I mean, when it comes to things like this and speaking on the black community and spirituality and religious things when it comes to the black community. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll this footage. This is TMZ speaking on a chain that Jay-Z had on, which is from the nation gods of earth, the 5%ers, and they thinking it's some type of satanic devil worship type of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll this footage first, and then I'll go ahead and get into further commentary about this. All right. So let's go ahead and roll this video. All right.
Circled for years that Jay-Z is a member of the secret society that supposedly runs the world. And this necklace may be the proof we've all been looking for.
It looks like a sun or a compass with a 7 in it.
And as it turns out, TMC was absolutely wrong. This is the universal flag of the 5% nation, aka the nation of gods and earths, or the 5%ers. And it wasn't the first time that the symbol was used by a celebrity. You got Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Wu-Tang Clan, KRS-One, Brand Nubian, Poor Righteous Teachers, even Carmelo Anthony have all openly worn the flag. And then you have rappers like Nas, Nelly and the Saint Lunatics, LL Cool J, AZ, Busta Rhymes, Diggable Planets, Talib Kweli, Nori, Guru and DJ Premier, and even singer Erykah Badu. These artists and more have all acknowledged at some point having been influenced by 5% of teachings and culture.
We were beginners in the hood as 5%ers. African big binder, poor righteous teacher. Got with it myself, so what maybe a 5%er.
Radios on card tables, Benetton and Guards building. Ask for today's mathematics, we are lost children. And this was going.
2013, this rapper began wearing this chain. And when TMC noticed the iconic MC wearing the necklace, they assumed the symbols represented the Illuminati.
So what they don't understand that, the 5%ers nation gods of earth was founded by Clarence 13X, which is actually an extension from the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to definitely get into the history of Clarence 13X, which, the gods of Nation of Gods of Earth was founded back in 1969. You know what I'm saying? So here we go with these outside people that don't really know what's going on as far as the culture and, and this how they able to confuse people online of what's what. So that's why, it's important for us to come on here and educate people about these things. You know what I mean? So that chain, before we get to Clarence 13X, that chain Jay-Z was wearing was actually a chain that Jay Electronica, the rapper Jay Electronica, who's also is a member of the Nation of Islam and the Nation of Gods and Earths, the 5%ers. So during the Brooklyn Fest, when Jay-Z was performing, at the end of that performance, he gave Jay Electronica that chain back because Jay-Z was actually the one holding it for him. So, and mind you, Jay-Z comes from the 5%ers. Like, it was an interview that that Jazzo did, I think it might have been either Math Hoffa's or Drink Champs. It was either one of those. He mentioned it on that when him and Jay-Z met, Jay-Z was already part of the 5%ers before Jazzo was. So Jay-Z actually the one that, pretty much, gave Jazzo the knowledge as far as on the 5%er tip, which, where that term come from, knowledge of self, which is a term used by the Nation of Islam, but it's like the 5%ers, extended it and, went more in depth about it. So let's go ahead and get into this quick footage right here with Jay-Z actually giving Jay Electronica his chain back.
Make some motherfucking noise for the legendary Jay-Z.
Peace to the gods.
Peace to the... Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Jay-Z.
So Jay-Z greeted Jay Electronica with peace to the gods, and that's what the 5%ers use. Knowledge itself, the mathematics, what's the mathematics of the day? That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing with the 5%ers. Now, 5%ers believe that 5% of the planet, of the black man is the gods of the earth, and the rest of the planet is just like, you know, pretty much just, you know, mortals. You get my drift. 5% being immortals, and the other 5% of 90%, well, 95%, I mean, I'm sorry, are just mere mortals, basically. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get into this video of Clarence 13X history, which the brother was assassinated. You know what I mean? The brother was assassinated by an unknown assailant. You know what I mean? Based off the information that he was teaching black people. And, you know, that's what they did. When, you know, when a black figure, public figure comes along, a leader, and start educating the black man about self, that becomes a problem for certain entities. So let's go ahead and roll this footage right here of Clarence 13X's history.
Allah.
Please make sure y'all hit,
13X.
please make sure y'all hit that like button as well. All right.
Was born Clarence Edward Smith in Danville, Virginia on February 22nd, 1928. During Jim Crow, Virginia was racially segregated, so in 1946, Smith and his mother relocated to Harlem, New York. He attended high school for 2 years before dropping out. Smith joined the U.S. Army in the 1950s and served as an infantryman in the Korean War. After returning to the States, he lived in Harlem and served in the U.S. Army Reserve until 1960. It was during his military service that Smith became skilled in karate. In 1950, Smith married Dora Smith, while also fathering children with another woman. Dora had joined the Nation of Islam while he was gone to war. So upon his return home, he himself converted, registering at Mosque No. 7 in Harlem, and changing his name to Clarence 13X. Before his conversion, he often smoked marijuana and gambled, activities forbidden by the Nation of Islam. After joining the group, he studied the NOI's doctrines and quickly progressed within their organizational structure, possibly thanks to skills he learned in the military. His responsibilities included teaching martial arts and serving on the Fruit of Islam security team. He was also recognized as a skilled speaker and reached the rank of student minister at Mosque No. 7. 13X also had a working relationship with Malcolm X, who led Mosque No. 7. In 1963, 13X became disillusioned with the NOI and left the organization. His wife Dora would choose to remain with the group, leading to their divorce. 13X disagreed with their teaching that Wallace Fard Muhammad was a divine messenger. He concluded that divinity was found in all black men, not just one person. After leaving the NOI, 13X changed his name to Allah and taught a system of beliefs to groups of young black men that he referred to as supreme wisdom, which he saw as the core of Islam. He developed supreme mathematics and an accompanying doctrine, the supreme alphabet. 13X assigned backronyms to familiar words. He stated that the letters of the word Allah stood for arm, leg, arm, head, signifying the human body. This was said to prove that humanity held a divine nature. 13X is credited with naming parts of New York City after locations in the Middle East that are significant to Islam. Harlem was referred to as Mecca and Brooklyn, Medina. Soon, other disaffected NOI members, including former FOI, were soon drawn to his burgeoning group. 13X named the group 5%ers, being that only their small group knew the truth about God. He was able to quickly appeal to potential converts by allowing many practices condemned by the NOI's strict moral code, including gambling, alcohol consumption, and drug use. 13X referred to his male followers as gods, implying that God was within them. Female followers were originally known as nurses, but later changed to earths, signifying their ability to sustain life. Polygamy was allowed, and he strongly discouraged the use of birth control. Nation of Islam leaders became upset 13X was teaching parts of their doctrine and anointing himself as Allah over their messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They made repeated requests for him to stop, but he refused. 13X also had a tumultuous relationship with his children who did not revere him or his lifestyle. In December 1964, 13X was shot twice at a gathering in a Harlem tenement. He was subsequently treated and released. The New York press began labeling the 5%ers as a hate group. J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI even opened a file on 13X, describing him as a Harlem rowdy and potential threat. In 1965, after an altercation with police became violent, 13X was arrested, convicted, and committed to a New York mental hospital for the criminally insane. While imprisoned, he declared himself as Allah and a master gambler to doctors. He was subsequently released in 1967. By 1968, there were an estimated 705%ers. 13X had developed a more amicable relationship with the city of New York and even modified some of his earlier, more radical views. He supported the Vietnam War, promoted respect for the American flag, and even accepted a white convert into the group. In the early hours of June 13, 1969, Clarence 13X was shot and killed by 3 assailants while walking to his home. His funeral was held 4 days after his death with over 400 people attending. It was followed by a procession through Harlem. His murder has never been solved. After his death, 5%er membership plunged but rebounded when new leadership emerged and revitalized the group. 5%ers aren't dominated or led by a single leader. This may have been a result of their teaching that all black men are gods, which rendered authoritarian leadership untenable. Clarence 13X's theology has been heavily embraced in hip-hop music starting in the late 1980s. Artists like Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, King Son, Brand Nubian, and Wu-Tang Clan have all incorporated 5%er religious themes and doctrine into their music and presentation. Thank you for watching.
All right, so
Be sure to
this is Black America's TikTok.
check out our other videos and go
You know what I mean? So there you have it, man. Just to give y'all, a background on the 5%ers and TMZ getting it wrong, saying that the chain Jay-Z was wearing was Illuminati symbolism, and that's not the case. Even though we know them ancient symbols are African ancient symbols anyway, which was actually, pretty much, robbed by the European Greeks and all that came to get the knowledge, and they basically took it back to their homelands and watered it down and turned it to something else. Yep. So on that note, man, it's your boy JR Curry for Night and Day Talk Media. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't yet, please make sure you come over here and support nightanddaynetmarket.com. We have beautiful hair care and skincare products over here. Natural beard oil for the fellas. You know what I mean? We got soaps, natural soaps and body oils, shea butters, body butters as well. You know what I mean? If you haven't, we got this if you need something for pain or anything, we got the CBD on here as well, the CBD cigarettes, pre-rolls. We will be getting the edibles and all that stuff back on here soon. So yep. T-shirts and hoodies is over here as well. So this is nightanddaynetmarket.com. The links will be in the description of this video. And on that note, man, I'm up out of here. Peace.